Hello and welcome to my channel, Building the Age of AI. Over the past couple of years, we've seen an incredible revolution in terms of how large language models, what we generally call AI, have started to be involved in the software development process. In many ways, I've been watching this from a distance, really convinced that they offer the future of how software development is going to run. However, I've also acknowledged the fact that LLMs, up until the last couple of large model releases, haven't really had the capability to fully replace the software development and engineering lifecycle. Yet, with the release of OpenAI's 5.5, and with the latest model from Anthropic being Fable at the time I made this video, I feel that software development is finally at the stage where large language models can actually take over from them. While I find this concept pretty exciting, I'm also incredibly aware of all of the issues and problems that large language models have. Things like hallucination and making up codes or just excess amounts of stuff are the types of things that really kill effective software development. And if they're not managed effectively, can quickly make large-scale software development really challenging. My background is also in cybersecurity, and I cannot tell you the number of incidents I've responded to that start with a simple change that seem to make sense but is completely let down by the lack of things like unit testing, effective testing, good software sanitization processes, vulnerability management, like all of the things that need to happen in order for software development to happen really well. Now, this creates a really challenging problem if you want to get into the vibe coding or AI-driven software development lifecycle. For instance, software is not just about writing code to achieve an outcome. That is really good, and that is important because we need the outcome in order for the software to work. But true software development that actually builds and doesn't introduce security flaws has far more involved with it. You need to have unit tests, not just for passing cases, but also for the times where it tries to break things to see what happens next. You need to have threat modeling that understands how to exploit your code and find bugs and weaknesses and develop things in a way that stops that from happening. Even your testing needs to be comprehensive. You can't just have unit tests, you also need to have integration tests and end-to-end tests. Ideally, you should be able to mock, test, and assess every single user action before you release a single piece of software. Even when it comes to your cybersecurity pieces, which is my background, there's a massive amount of work that needs to be done. For instance, you need to scan every single package you use in your code or library if you're using something like Python. You need to make sure that none of those libraries have vulnerabilities at the time of release. And then, if we just talked about that single thing, you need to regularly update it in order to make sure that the packages that you used haven't had new vulnerabilities associated with them. And if they do, how you go about replacing them and making sure you update it to the latest version, or in the worst case, replace the entire package with something with similar functionality but without the vulnerabilities. Then we have the ability to respond to incidents. You need to understand what's happening in your code, which means you need to have a complete level of logging. From there, you need to be able to ingest that logging, normalize it, enable yourself to search it rapidly so that your incident response teams can rapidly understand what's happened in your environment, secure the threat, and ultimately produce recommendations that allow you to improve the software moving forward. What about simple things like input validation, the source of so many incidents over the years? Checking that when people have an input box on a user interface, it checks the inputs and sanitizes them before it sends it to the server. What about other things like making sure you don't have any XSS issues? All of these things need to be done, but the problem is to do this well and to do it at scale requires you to have massive teams, all just to enable a simple piece of software to be developed. I'm not even talking about things like how you secure your transport layer, what happens if that gets compromised. Like, all of these things need to happen, and to be honest, most people don't do it that well. It's impossible for a single person to be across all of those things all of the time. Otherwise, you'd end up with one line of code would require hundreds of hours of work just to get done, which is just not feasible for smaller businesses. For me, when I look at large language models, I feel like we've finally reached a stage where we can actually turn this into something that is feasible for individuals by leveraging things like skills and large language models to do it for us. In this channel, I'm going to be sharing with you how I'm going about it. And that's not to say that I'm the best software developer out there, because I'm not. It's not to say that I'm the best cybersecurity expert out there, because I'm not. It is to say that I'm aware that this needs to be done, and I'm ultimately aware that if we can get this right, we can radically improve the quality of software everywhere without a massive human resource cost. At the time I made this video, I was also thinking really heavily about The Innovator's Dilemma, which is an amazing book that was written a number of years ago that charts the rise of truly revolutionary products and services that get released. And I feel that large language models actually meet most of those requirements. Right now, they may not be as good in any given area as any other software developer or cybersecurity expert. For sure, as I go through this, I know I'm going to find gaps and they're going to frustrate me, and hopefully I'll have some wins as well. But what I am convinced is that if we can get things like these skills right, if we can make them work for us, then as large language models improves, all of our software development lifecycle, all of our cybersecurity, all of those things that are so important to doing software well will also be improved, and that will make life more and more effective for all of us. It'll make things better for our consumers because they'll have more secure places to do their thing. It'll make life better for our businesses because they'll be more efficient at software development, and ultimately it will improve the whole field to the point where I feel that we will see cybersecurity professionals and software developers have their jobs completely changed. And to me, that's a compelling thought. So that's what I'm doing in this channel. Ultimately, only time will tell if I'm on the right track, and hopefully it results in some really good outcomes. But if you feel like this story is compelling, then I invite you to come and sign up to this channel, follow me, subscribe, tick the thing that allows you to get notified whenever I release a video, and let's see if it's possible. And in the next video, I'm going to break down for you how I'm approaching these skills and what you're going to be seeing in this channel moving forward. I'll see you there.